Well, go on. We back. They kicked me out. We turned the camera around. I forgot to turn it back, but it's okay. But you don't get to see everything this way. But it's all right. Oh, they kicked me out, gang. They kicked me out. Like I said, they don't want this message to get out, Virgo. I've got to take my son to school, so I'm going to get the message out and I'm going to go. You can see the type of fight that I've been getting, so I'm sure you've been getting the same in whatever areas in your life. Morning, Virgo. Wagwan, wagwan. Fire starter. We got to just light up the sage. They're kicking me out of my own lives. That was the quickest time I've got kicked out. It usually takes them about half an hour. That was quick. So we back. We back. We was talking about sovereignty. Sovereignty. Claiming power, having power, standing in power. And I guess some people don't want to hear that. They don't want me to empower y'all. They don't. They don't want you to be empowered. They want to disempower the collective, especially Virgos. It says, Virgo, know who you are, stand in this power. Don't back down from your beliefs. I see you being head of state, head of businesses, head of CEOs, head of whatever it is. A lot of power, a lot of authority. Holding the world in your hands, being able to make change globally, internationally, Virgo. So some of you be walking into paths, into purposes that will lead you into the global market, into international waters, where you will be changing a lot of things on the international forefront. Whether it's the legal way in the justice system, because I can see judges. I just hear master and new forms of abundance. So abundance isn't just money, isn't just financial wealth. Thank you, son. My son just bought me a cup of tea. Thank you, gang. It's not just money. You are going to be finding new forms of abundance, forms of health, prosperity, peace, wellness, wholeness, love, unity, loyalty, in abundance. The crescent moon on her forehead says she has power. She is tapped in and her third eye is open and she uses it. She utilizes and harnesses the power within to shift her world without, outside of herself or himself. This speaks of goddesses and gods walking on the earth. You knowing you are a god in human form, a spiritual being having a human experience, living outside of this 3D matrix. Someone who is ascended or going through an ascension right now. You could be into tarot, astrology, things of that nature. But you're definitely tapping into a higher power and operating from your higher self. Seeing things from a higher perspective. So you're not the norm. You've never been the norm. There's no moderator, gang. Who's in the chat? Let me see who's in the chat and I'll deal with it. Who's in the chat that's getting on your nerves? I will annihilate them. Who's getting on my gang's nerves? Because there's no moderator here today, so I'm going to... Bontu hair's here. So we have Bontu hair. Bontu hair, can you moderate, please? I'm not sure what's going on. It's gone over my head today. but I will annihilate them. So Bontu here, do the thing, right? Sovereignty. Let's turn this down. I was going to meditate, but I chose not to today. We will do it later on because I'm coming back out for you again. You have a love reading with me today scheduled because it's your birthday. I missed it too, Bontu. I don't know what it is. I looked and I can't see it. But so far, it looks okay. Oh, Jordan, I didn't see it, gang. But I will do it now. Sorry, Jordan, I didn't see it. I missed you. And I'm so sorry for that. So we do it now. Jordan. And Deandra, she paid by PayPal as well, again. So in case she sees it, Deandra. So sovereignty. Harnessing the power of the moon. Harnessing the power of the moon. Knowing that you have the power to change your world at least. And by changing your world, you make a change in the world at large around you. Virgos are very powerful people. People, I want you to understand the reason why you was born in the month that you was born into. No matter where you find Virgo in your chart, it is highly influential into who you are and your makeup. You have a crown. So you are born with a crown on your head, Virgo. It speaks to me of royalty, whether you know that you are or not. And if you're royalty, that means you are rich, you are wealthy. But it's just for you to think like that. Because as a man thinketh, so he is. So the change, the moon is etched into her forehead where her third eye is, which speaks she is open to the limitless possibilities. She is not limited herself. And that's the key. Not limiting yourselves. Not allowing society, parents, religion to place conditions upon you. Not allowing yourself to hold you back. She has raised above all of these things. She is more than a phoenix. She has risen and continues to rise. Standing in power, and power is attracted to her. Please don't ask me questions, Platinum. So I see her standing in a lot of power. Let's read the message. You have sovereignty over your own life. So you have power over your own life. Act with grace and confidence. You have the ability to unite, disparate, so separate people. So you do. You have the ability, Platinum, you have the ability to unite or separate people. Which one do you choose to do? Be a positive change or a negative one? Because you can. Virgo has the power to switch that shit up. Dark and light. In a heartbeat. In the same season. So you have the ability to bring people together or to separate them. The buck stops with you, Virgo. That's powerful. The buck stops with you. That means to me you're the chain breaker. You're the one that all the burdens fall on your shoulders. It stops with you. It goes no further than you. Whatever the it is in your bloodline, it stops right there with you. You are the change. That everyone in your bloodline, your ancestors, your mother, who didn't have the capacity to do it, you're going to affect a change. You're going to bring it about. You have the power and the ability to do this. You have been born with it. You have been chosen to do it. Before you was formed in your mother's womb, it's been you. So I see a leader being raised up, and the buck stops here with you. So I'm sorry to say, this person, these people, you have no choice but to go forward. It doesn't matter what life is throwing at you. All it's supposed to do is build resilience and push you further, further, make you go harder. It's never meant to stop you. It's supposed to mold you, put pressure on you, so you become the goddess that you're supposed to be, that you were born to be. So you take control of the mind, the thoughts, the emotions that keep you weak and trapped, limiting you. So we're breaking free, it's breakthroughs. And the buck stops with you, Virgo, with you. You're the chain breaker of the family. You're the one that is here to do something that no one else has done. It's scary, it's unknown, it's exciting, but it's also very, very scary for you. It's new. Stepping into power, even though you don't feel powerful at this time. It speaks about being very psychic, trusting your intuition. You also channel. So whether you know it or not, Virgo, still your mind and still yourselves. Find some time alone to listen to the soft voice, the little voice, because I hear that you channel. And channel is so simple. You don't have to be, It's not that. It's just that voice. It's just that idea that pops into your head. I want you to start writing things down, and you will see how much times you are visited with messages, with words, with songs, with books, with music, with notes, with beats, with content. With visions, with prophetic messages. This is global change. Global on international scale. This is macro for the good of the collective. So Virgo, you are here to do something for the good of the collective, to raise and shift consciousness and vibrations and frequencies, to read and transcribe and translate and relay messages from the gods, because you are God in human form. Harnessing their power, harnessing their abilities and their wealth. It comes along with the territory. You are now stepping into this era, into this power. There's been a shift. There's also portals opened for you, which is just translated as gateways. They're just wormholes, gateways. I see people traveling in their sleep. You have the ability to travel through time and space in your sleep. You are time travelers, some of you. You travel through time and space through these wormholes. I can see someone traveling through a wormhole. Different dimensions. Someone goes to a different dimension. There's communication with ancestors in different dimensions here. A lot of people are very, very wise, but they are sitting on knowledge. Your knowledge is not for yourself, Virgo. It is for the world. The world will reward you for what you know. You don't need to go to school. This is wealth. This is knowledge. They said wealth. This is knowledge that has been acquired over lifetimes. You cannot learn this in a school. The white is symbolic to me of a rebirth. So this is where you now are accepting of self, of who you are becoming. You no longer care about family, societal rules and what they think about you. You are now free and standing in your power. You're owning who you are. You're listening to the voice of God. Some of you call it spirit. So it says, the buck stops with you. It's up to you. You are powerful. So act like it, they said. Act like it. Because sometimes we don't act like it. Come on, keep it real. Talk the truth. We don't. We just don't know our power. Like, we're looking for the Teddy to tell us. I'm looking for tarot to tell me I'm powerful. I'm looking for my pastor. Not knowing it's here. I'm powerful, bro. I've always been powerful. That's why that I've always had to fight. That's always why things are always against me. Because they see the power that I don't see. They want to break me. They want to break you, Virgo. So know yourselves, because the buck stops with you. It shouldn't be handed down to your daughters and your sons. It shouldn't be. In it, Platinum, like sometimes we just don't know. We allow fear of the unknown. It's the unknown. It's what we don't know. And before we go know it, go seek it, we start to worry, because we're Virgos, we're head. We start playing out scenarios. And half of it's not true. We're more powerful than we give ourselves credit for. And I'm learning this every day. So the buck stops with you, Virgo, Charlene. It stops with you, Jordan. You are powerful. And they said, act like it. Act like it, babies. Affirmation. I reign. No more time to be too humble now. Humble enough, but you got to stand up for yourself. I reign over my own realm. Not over hers, not over his, not over them over there, but over my own. My reign, my realm. So I reign over my own realm. I stay in my own lane. Simples. I watch my own shit. I'm not too bothered about what Sarah and Billy and Shaniqua and Derek's doing. It don't bother me because I don't see it. Because I'm too busy reigning over my own stuff. Getting my own shit together. I don't have time to worry about no one else. So it says, goddesses of the moon. Turn this down a little bit. Are one of the oldest kinds of feminine divine and features in mythologies, I can't say that, from almost every corner of the globe. From Diana, from me, D-I-A-N-A, and they spell it as my name. So from Diana, the goddess Diana of ancient Rome, because there is a goddess called Diana, and she was a Roman goddess. And the Greek Artemis, to the Semitic Astarte, and Hina from Palestina, the link with the feminine divine and the lunar planet and cycles is a strong one. These goddesses, in all their myriad of forms, were extremely powerful and demonstrated to women that they naturally had power as well. We should all strive to be the powerful queens and kings of our own domain. Women especially, sorry kings, have been socialized to defer, to keep small, to be quiet, to stay in the kitchen, and to build a very twisted kind of service that burdens on servitude. While in many first world countries, women can choose to be what they wish to be on paper, women still experience inequality. In most countries, in areas such as wage disparity and an imbalance of the numbers of women in government or in high-leveled board positions. That's about to change. 8 lines gate. I told you. Portals and gateways opened. You are going to be earning the same as the kings. Going into those places of governments that women rarely get into. You could be the next president, the next prime minister. The world is your oyster, gang. However, what has been accepted in the past is not what will be accepted in the future. A new queendom is coming. When we reign over our own lives, it is us that take on the responsibility for our own change and decisions. The Moon Queen knows that we, just under God, are our own rulers. Because we come under God. In the Bible, even the angels were jealous of humans. They couldn't understand it. They were like, God, what are you doing, bruv? These little marga people that don't have no sense. Why are you giving them this power and they don't even know what to do with it? The angels are mind-boggled at it. Because we're walking around there being disempowered every day, allowing it. Look around us right now. We allow ourselves to be trapped in our homes. We allow 1% to control 99% of us. We allow. So it's up to us to make decisions and choices in our lives that will not just affect our life, but the greater whole. Because what we're choosing for our own is also affecting the greater whole. So we got to take responsibility for our change and decisions. The Moon Queen knows we, just under God, are our own rulers. And as such, the buck stops here with us. Therefore, it is worth investing in your ever-growing self-awareness, your own self-trust, self-care, and self-esteem in real and practical ways. We must, as any queens and kings, set boundaries to protect our queen and kingdoms and those who are under our protection, because it tells you are going to have people that are going to be under your wings. That means you are becoming leaders. People are going to follow you. Hit the follow button, subscribe to what you are saying. So you will start to see your social media platform start to rise. Your clientele grow. So you're going to have people that's going to lean on you, and you have to make sure you protect them. This does not mean that you should become a cruel leader. Ship you. Don't become a cruel leader. Because they call you a ruler. A ruler is like a queen and a king, bruv. Do you know that? It's not even a leader, bruv. Virgo, you are being crowned. So you are becoming queens and kings. That's bigger than leadership. Know who you are. Start walking with your head up. Your back straight. Start dressing the part even though you don't live the part. Start acting and walking and talking it. Thank you, Shipu. So you must, as any queens and kings would, set boundaries to protect your queen and kingdom and those under your protection. You should always aim for benevolence, fairness, and a great love for all as well as yourselves. But it does not mean that you have to push against those who do not respect your line in the sand. You don't have to tolerate it. You don't. Shipu, let's put your name on the check, baby girl. Virgo is powerful, and you better know it. You better act like it. I don't want to see Virgo sad. You're allowed to be sad. Take that back. But I don't want you to stay there, Virgo. I want you to use that sadness, that anger, that pain, whatever that emotion is, and use it to propel yourself forward. Because you're going to a destiny that not everyone has ahead of them. And I'm sure that with this destiny is going to be a lot of battles, gang. A lot of battles, a lot of haters. A lot of people that won't agree with what you stand for who you are. So I'm guessing that your backbone is being strengthened and your resilience is being built and your skin is being thickened. Transmute it. Exactly, Isis. Exactly. And that's just one card. One card. And they want to cut my life. Let's see what Virgo needs to know before I go. I need to go drop my son to school, Virgo. I'll be back. And growth. Growth, gang. And the boundaries. Setting those boundaries. So I'm going to be back with part 2. I have to go and drop my son to school. Let's quickly just read these cards. But I have to be gone. They held up my reading. They know what they're doing. But it gives Virgo 2 readings. Well, 3 now. So you get a triple threat. It says reject stagnancy. This one came in the all signs to get unstuck. So if you're feeling stuck, reject it. Reject stagnancy. It's your choice to grow, and it should be made now. Expect the growing pains. They come with it. When making huge changes in your life, change is a natural part of your life. You cannot push against it forever. Changes should have aim and purpose. Be courageous, Virgo. You will and are blossoming. You are. I choose growth. Affirmation. Think of the willow tree. Willows often grow. I'm going to give you the short version. Willows grow on the banks, and they're little thin trees. But what they do first is grow down. They make sure the roots grow into the earth, and it grows far and wide. So the reach is far and wide, and it wraps itself around whatever it can find to make sure it stays secure. And then it concentrates its growth upwards into the bark and the branches. But the branches always stay flexible so that it never breaks. It's always able to bend with the wind. So when the wind comes, it doesn't break it. So when your storms come, you're going to become unshakable and unmovable and you're unbreakable, unshakable, gang. So don't worry. I can see what God is doing, what Spirit is doing in your life. Making you stronger, more resilient. Every single time you have a storm, you're getting stronger. My mom said, what doesn't kill you, Virgo, makes you stronger. And it's making you stronger, and it's helping you to grow. You are diamond, so you need pressure. You need it. It's part of your growth. It's part of it. And expect growing pains, all right? And the last one before I come back is boundaries. You are protected, but it speaks about setting boundaries, not enabling people to treat you the way you're not supposed to be treated. You have to set the boundaries, gang. You have to set precedents in how you want to be treated, judging what you need and what you don't, allowing you to place healthy boundaries. You teach people how to treat you. Judge what is healthy and right for you with clarity and care. Simplify your life. I can say yes or no with authenticity and clarity. In times of sickness or the presence of very strong emotions such as grief, we often naturally simplify. We cut out all the extras that are too hard or too complex at that time. We might not take up an invitation to an event. We might have to work at attending. We might only watch a film we know uplifts us. We might only want to see or communicate with friends we know and trust to understand, love, and support us. We might only choose to spend the depths of our heart and time with a few people rather than many. And we become very sensitive to those we now discover take their unfair share of our energy. So we're becoming aware who's stealing your energy. You might also look compassionately and start nourishing it with more foods and healthier foods. You might start doing more comforting things or just resting more. It's time to set boundaries, gang. And give yourself some space to heal. Giving you the short version. To simply focus on your own experiences and not look outside yourself for justice may all be very nice for gurus. But for those of us who want to be the change they wish to see, I judge happily that certain things are unacceptable. So I strive to change those things. People judge that slavery wasn't right and involve themselves in change, even to the extent of waging war. People judge that whaling wasn't right, so it's been banned in most countries. We judge that apartheid wasn't right, and people died to change that. One brave man, Nelson Mandela, was jailed for decades as a result. Boundaries teach people how to treat us. And this is a kind of positive judgment. I hope you come back 111 for part 2 or 3, whatever one you see it as. But for now, this is your girl, the Virgo Tarot. 2222 Virgo gang gang. It's time for you to step into your power. Set those boundaries, gang gang, and get ready for growth. Get ready for growth. I love you. I'm back soon. Back soon. Take care. Love you, April.